Question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. I know. It's not going to public yet on Facebook. That's okay. I'm working on the issues with that right now as we speak. But I do want to say good morning to my TikTok and my Instagram and all that other good stuff. So today is February 2nd, the second day of February, second day of Black History Day, Black History Month, and all that good stuff. So let's see if we could get on what to get on via Facebook and make this thing public. I'm here on the show, but I'm not by myself. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Miss Bernice Smith. Say good morning to everybody that's on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. We working on Facebook people as I speak right now. I was able to send it to some of my Facebook because I want to send it and make sure that it's public and not private.
Yeah.
Facebook, like to mess us up a little bit. Let me send out my little news feed.
Yeah, but technology can be a mess at times, so we just gonna roll with the punches and keep it moving. That's all we can do,
Yeah. So I sent and the spam. So I sent it to the news feed. So everybody on the news feed should get it. Still working.
Good morning, Slinky.
He said, "Lady B have a new pick. You got a new pick, Lady B?"
Yeah.
Yeah. She could bring her face back for real, y'all. She be faking on it. She don't want to.
Girl, I'm glad I'm finally getting over this whatever it was, honey, because it was kicking my butt. I'm trying to Reese. I laid in my bed like, Lord, please help me.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
feeling a bit better today. Maybe to get up and do some stuff, but I'm not 100% yet.
Oh, it was like the stomach virus, the flu. You had all them symptoms?
My cousin's family had something, but then whatever it was, it kicked in my gastritis, and it was a double whammy. It was bad. I mean, yeah.
Ooh, I know how that could be. I know how that could be, honey.
I couldn't eat, so when I got ready to give up whatever it was in my stomach, it was all body acid, basically.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that. Oh,
yeah.
That means you ain't have enough on your stomach, We gotta make sure we eat the right things and eat to get us strong.
Yeah, but I couldn't eat. So, but I thank God it is well as it is, because it could have been the other way. Somebody ain't wake up this morning, so I'm grateful.
Yes, I'm very grateful, and I'm thankful to be here, still amongst the living and moving and people making a difference. You got that right. Woo! So we got a video this morning, Bernice. It's for our person of our Black entertainer of the day.
Okay.
Scott Joplin, the father of ragtime. Molly, you play the video when you're ready for Mr. Scott Joplin, the father of ragtime, while I try to work on this here.
People hitting me nonstop. You still not public on Facebook. You just sharing the YouTube on your Facebook. You need to go on Facebook and make it public.
I'm trying. It got me back to that thing. But while you doing that, let me go on the laptop. Let me dip out real quick. But share the Scott Joplin piece with the people while I try to bring it up another way.
Okay.
Get them going.
Who is Scott Joplin? Well, he's the king of ragtime. Scott Joplin is an African-American composer and pianist, partially responsible for beginning a new era of music. His famous piece, released in 1899, Maple Leaf Rag, was one of the first he published. Maybe you've heard it. This piece and many others began ragtime. Ragtime was a new style of music with lots of syncopation or emphasis on the offbeats. It had big energy and was fun to dance to. It would later spark the beginning of swing music, which evolved into jazz. Joplin began playing piano on his own when he was young. His father, formerly a slave, moved his family from the farm he had worked on to a city in Texas. Here, a white family his mother worked for let him play their piano, and he began teaching himself. Later, he studied with a German pianist who, after his talent, offered him free lessons. With the classical training he got, he learned how to put his ideas to written music. Scott Joplin was able to make enough money to save up to publish his songs as a first-generation freed African American at the turn of the century. How amazing! He worked for some time as a gigging musician, playing solo or with bands in the South and in Chicago. Once he had enough, he worked with publishing companies to publish over 40 ragtime pieces and even a ragtime ballet. Scott Joplin and many other similar composers of his time created a spark that projected music into the future. Hey, thanks for watching.
You got it, sis?
Nope. You know what it is? It's keep saying I have to reload my page for Facebook. So it's a part of it that won't let me in at all. I'm sending them help to the help desk. Sending me a message to the help desk. Now, Facebook is doing this. But I figured as much.
I'm going to have to start adding people that you have on your Facebook to my friend list. So when you can't do it, I can. Or something.
I'm going to send it to everybody via Instagram. I can send it the link to them via Instagram from the show. Because it's not letting my page launch.
You're going to need a backup page for your show.
The separate one, a separate Facebook thing. And this only happened after the identity been hacked. And here you go with all of this. Well, we're gonna move right on. I'm gonna send this to everybody via instant messenger, so everybody should get the show that we normally like the Gwen Factor, Girlene, everybody. I'm sending them to the show this way so they can log and link in.
Yeah, and we know that February is Black History Month, but not only that, it's Valentine's Day. But I gotta think about it because I really didn't know anything about Valentine's Day till my husband had told me about it some years back, what it was really about. And that's a show we definitely need to do to educate people on what Valentine's Day means. Because for me, That's one day out of the year. I'd rather you love me all year long than to shower me with gifts on one day.
That's true. That's just like Christmas. And then, you know, anytime all those other the holidays, they're actually pagan rituals that America has adopted as holidays for their own greedy, selfish needs.
Yeah, well, it's a commercial holiday, so they making that money. See, what people need to learn how to do, it's fine. Look, do what we regularly do. Have a movie night, get some wine, sit and enjoy each other's company. Because when you get out there, you just what do you call it? Padding people pockets. They use this to make all that money. You running out there like, you know, like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to find gifts and last minute flowers. Nah.
I totally agree. Valentine's Day, it should be a couple's day, and that should be every time you with your friend or your significant other. Do boo night, date night, night, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. So what tea we got today? Look, I can't even do my regular introduction to the spill the tea. This is Tall Tale Thursday, y'all. This is where, believe it or not, but this is my favorite episode, my favorite part of the show, my favorite segment is Spilling the Tea with Lady B. We call it gossip. Some people call it news, but we call it Spilling the Tea. Lady B, what's the tea, honey?
Okay, so our first story. Trump vows to punish doctors, hospitals that provide gender-affirming care to transgender minors.
Wait a minute. Let me. So he's saying that if he get back in office, because how Trump gonna punish anybody now when they looking to string his neck up?
Well, they might be, but it don't. As we learned with some of these cases taking place with the police, it don't take that long to get nobody. It don't take that long. If they wanted Trump, they would have had him down packed by now. That man has power. He has power.
Yep, you're right. I believe so.
Yep. So this story says former President Trump, in a video released Tuesday on his social media platform, vowed to punish doctors who provide gender-affirming health care to minors if he is reelected next year, wading into a contentious debate that has captured the attention of state and federal lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. In the nearly 4-minute long straight to camera video, Trump outlined his plan to protect children from left-wing gender insanity, unveiling a slate of extreme policy proposals targeting transgender identities, including a federal law that recognizes only two genders and bars transgender women from competing on women's sports teams. So,
and as crazy as Trump is, don't get me wrong, this is just my opinion. It's not the opinion of Bernice, Molly, or the Morning Mac Show. This is just my personal opinion. As weird as Trump is, I agree with him only because I want to protect the children. And I believe put an age limit on it. When a child gets a certain age, when they become an adult, because they no longer carry that child label, then when you become an adult, whether it's a young adult, old adult, adult, you just do what you want to do then. But when you're a child, when you are a minor through the eyes of the law, you got to go by and obey that. And that gives your mind a little bit more time to mature. You know?
Yeah.
And I agree with him. I the same and transsexual, because even though you trans, you still got your male muscle skeleton. All your insides is the same way. You know, you could get hit in the gut, ain't got to worry about no uteries, no ovaries, no none of that stuff, even though that you're posted up as a guy. You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a guy on the girls' basketball team. You got to be careful. You're still stronger than the rest of them girls because you're a man. Face the people. People don't like to admit it, but men are stronger. They're genetically made stronger than women. Not saying mentally or mind, but the skeleton structure is different. Almost. So I don't want people to be like, oh, Reese this, Reese that. No, Reese is not this, that, or none of the other. She is keeping it real. Okay? So if you want to be he, she, they, them, I have no problems with whatever you want to be. Only thing I'm saying, let a child be a child. Give these children a chance to grow up before we oppose what they're going to be. Whether they're going to be straight, whether they're going to be this, left, right, or whatever. Just give them a chance to grow up. Let a child be a child.
Yeah. Agreed. So the next story is DC subway employee fatally shot as gunman opens fire in multiple locations. A gunman opened fire. Oh God. Pop-ups. A gunman opened fire in several locations in a string of random shootings Wednesday, killing a Washington, D.C. Metro subway employee and injuring 3 others. The D.C. Metro worker was fatally shot after trying to intervene when the gunman got into a confrontation with a woman on the subway platform at the Potomac Avenue station, according to police. His heroism has to be recognized here today, Sean Benedict, the executive assistant chief of police for the Metropolitan Police Department, said at a press conference Wednesday morning. The employee was identified by DC Metro as Robert Cunningham, 64, a mechanic in its power department. Metro is mourning the loss of a heroic employee. Robert Cunningham, who intervened on behalf of a customer today at Potomac Avenue Station and was a victim of senseless gun violence, the agency said in a statement. In his remembrance, Metro has lowered its flags to half-staff during this time of grief. Police said they believe the shooter may have been trying to rob the young woman. Benedict said a second employee was able to de-escalate the situation and stop the string of attacks. He suffered minor injuries by shrapnel from the shooting of the other employee, police said. The shooting began about 9 a.m. on a Metro bus where the gunman allegedly shot someone in the leg. The individual shot in the leg ran off and has since been interviewed by police. My God.
Mental health. We keep telling people mental health. And my sympathies, condolences go out to that man's family. And heroic. He was a hero and probably didn't even realize he was a hero. Anytime anybody try to help and stop something wrong, that's heroicism. He's very heroic. And the world needs more people like that. He wasn't thinking about his life. He was thinking about helping to save somebody else. And he jumped into action and unfortunately lost his life.
Yeah.
So family.
The next story says Philadelphia Eagle player charged with rape before Super Bowl.
We should let Marley talk about that. That's his team, huh? Marley. Look at that. Look at that, Marley.
It says a player for the NFL's Philadelphia Eagles has been charged with kidnapping and rape less than 2 weeks before the team is due to play in the Super Bowl. Joshua Seals, 25, an offensive guard for the team, was charged on Wednesday by prosecutors in Ohio. In 2019, he engaged in sexual activity that was not consensual and held a victim against her will. Wow. The Eagles will play the Kansas City Chiefs for the championship in Arizona on February the 12th. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost and County Sheriff Jeffrey Padan said in a statement on Wednesday that the alleged incident was said to have occurred on December 5th, 2019. Wow. They added that the crime was immediately reported and that the local sheriff swiftly began conducting a detailed investigation.
Wait a minute. In 2019, he's only 24, 25 now. So this little young guy was only 21 at the time when this happened?
Evidently so.
That, you know what I find hard to believe sometimes, well, I believe it, but a lot of times it's a lot of other surrounding information, because here you are, you on a football team, you know you got money, and it attracts fans. Do you ever think sometimes that the people that surrounding these people are setting them up? I mean,
sometimes that can be the case, but and other times we all know that there have been stories of people in sports who have mental health issues. Just like, I cannot recall his name, they found him outside an apartment trying to stab people. So we just never know what's in the minds of these people, and it could be either way, but we won't surely know unless they have the evidence to present itself. And they said you're innocent until proven guilty, but it was immediately reported. So we'll see what the outcome is.
he was still young man, just becoming in adulthood. All that fame and fortune might have went through his head, but here's where mental health is wealth. Sometimes these entertainers in sports and athletic people get into a field where sometimes it can be overwhelming, and they really do mental health evaluation need to be across the line. If I hit the number and get that 365 million, I would want you, Bernice, and Molly, go get me some mental health, because you know I'm about to lose my mind. I would lose it. And sometimes people, we get so overwhelmed. Y'all gotta be like, oh, get her off the ledge, because she crazy. She don't know what to do with herself. She don't know how to act. And that is true. That sometimes money and success propels you into an alternate universe where sometimes you don't know how to act no more.
But sometimes it's also their arrogance. Okay, I'm this and I'm that. So you really rejecting me? Are you serious? That can be in someone's mind, like, I'm so-and-so. I got this, I got that. And they not used to being rejected, because so many people throw themselves at these players, whoever they may be, once they come into success. So we just never know what the circumstances was. It could well be a lie. He could have well been set up, but he could have done it just as well. So
that's true. She's absolutely right. That's so true. Yes, ma'am. Next story.
Okay. This one says, judge poised to render verdict against former officer charged in George Floyd's death. Shit, I'm getting tongue-tied. Excuse me. So basically, this officer, he said, former Minneapolis police officer Tuto's attorney is asking a judge to acquit him on a state charge stemming from George Floyd's death, contending he never touched the 46-year-old black man and was only doing what he was trained to do during the 2020 incident that sparked protests across the globe. Defense attorney Robert Pauls and state prosecutors filed written closing arguments in the state criminal case on Tuesday, leaving it up to Hennepin County Judge Peter Cahill to reach a verdict on a charge of aiding and abetting second-degree manslaughter. Cahill has until mid-February to reach a verdict based on a review of evidence stipulated by prosecutors and defense attorneys. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, is right. It's definitely right. And this story right here talking about money, honey. This woman, it's a Michigan woman turns in a bag filled with nearly $15,000 she found while walking to work. She's such a decent person. Lord,
yes, she is, because I think I'm a good person. But Bernice, the first thing I would say, let me find a bag of money with $15,000. First of all, I'm gonna break off my Morning Mac show and share it with my family. So I'm gonna say, Lady B, God done truly bless us.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, if it ain't got a name and an address, that means you ain't meant to be found. That was for me.
That was yes. He was like, thank you. He knew I needed this money to pay my car insurance. He knew I needed this money to pay my house rent and my own. Thank you. I would have been thanking the Lord, because Look, they say, well, a door closed, a window will open. And if you just happen to throw $15,000 in my window, I'm gonna be like, thank you. Thank you. Who you gonna turn it into? I would have been looking around like, oh, nobody see this money? Thank you. It was look, what God has for you is for you. Thank you, lady. Ooh, why she turned it in? Did she
they say her honesty. They say a Michigan woman's act of honesty helped save a newlywed couple's cachet of wedding cash. And she turned in nearly $15,000 she found in a bag outside a gas station while walking to work last week. Girl, congratulations. Deanne Gordon of White Lake Township was walking to work at a Value Center Fresh Market on January 21st when she decided to stop at BP gas station for a snack.
She walking, but stopping at the gas station for the snack. No, something don't sound right with that.
She said this is when she noticed something unusual. She said, I looked down on the ground and found a plastic bag with a plastic bag? Girl, that was your money. She found a plastic bag with a large sum of money in it. When she turned it over, there was even more money. My God, my God. She's a very honest person.
There was even more money. That again, that story sounds a little suspicious to me. I'm just saying, because that don't even sound right. I'm walking. I'm gonna stop in the gas station. I'm gonna find money. Then I turn it over, find even more money. Then I'm gonna say, "Here, somebody dropped this money. Somebody dropped this money." You know, in the paper bag. How does she know it belonged to the couple that say they needed it or say they claimed it or whatever? You know, hey.
I don't know, but she must have turned it over to the police or something, honey. But like I said, congratulations for being such an honest person. You know,
all that money in a plastic bag.
If it had a name or something on it, yeah, I'd have turned it in. You know, if it's an ID, if it's something like that. But if it's just a bag of money, and no,
but who can turn around a bag of money like that nowadays in the plastic bag? Even when you making your drop. And you know, when I was mentioning, had to make the store drop every night. We didn't carry money in no plastic bag. We had our little bank bag. That's what it called. And we had thousands of dollars in there, sometimes $15,000. But it was never in like a plastic bag. That's suspect.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No. Well, the last story is this, and I found this funny. Dad says, I looked at my bank account and it was getting drained. Michigan dad says his 6-year-old spent nearly $1,000 on Grubhub deliveries. Michigan man says his 6-year-old son spent nearly $1,000 on Grubhub deliveries on Saturday. The orders included chicken, chili cheese fries, and nearly $500 worth of pepperoni pizza. Since the orders couldn't be canceled, the family shared food with neighbors and stored the leftovers. A 6-year-old in the Detroit area spent Saturday night ordering enough food on Grubhub to feed a party using his dad's cell phone. See, kids and technology. Yep, he ordered it, honey. Oh my goodness, that's what. You gotta be careful with this technology and teaching these kids, because a lot of times they don't even realize what they're doing. They just like, hey, I'm gonna give me some food.
Me and Molly was just talking about that yesterday, because I didn't know that on Cash App you had a lock on it, and he was just telling me yesterday, because my uncle called me out the blue about the Cash App. How do you unlock the Cash App? I didn't even know it had a lock on it, and Molly had mentioned to me, he said it's so that anyone won't be able to just get in there and start doing stuff, you know, use the money, get a code. So had that man had a code on his Grubhub account or on the account, the baby wouldn't have got into it that easily and just ordering food. You know how we give our phones to our kids all the time? Bernice, the grandbaby, probably got your cell phone right now, don't she?
Oh, no, she don't. I don't play that code on my phone, baby. No, sir.
It do, but we don't think about that, because we don't think about that. But our children are watching us do everything, and they little like that, like a sponge. Kudos for that 6-year-old knowing how to even get in to order food. How did he recognize that's pepperoni pizza them chicken wings. He was just in there pressing buttons, and nobody at the restaurant found it suspicious. I guess they didn't care. They was like,
nope, they sent him a message saying we just declined the order of $400 something, but that was after he had already ordered some. Saying, was it you? Yes or no?
After he done spent $1,000. Well, you know what?
I agree, Molly. That was my money. That's what it is.
This is a Tall Tale Thursday. I got an honest story for y'all, and it was the truth. Y'all may believe it or not. My son was young like that, and that's when I used to let him get on the computer. And you know how ads would come up while you on the computer on one thing? It was a Disney ad that popped up, and how you had to fill the information in and everything. Not thinking, he on the computer, he running in the living room. Mom, when's your birthday? Tell him when's the birthday. He go back, Mom, what's that? You know, he just kept asking me questions, right? I go in there, he on the computer ordering us a Disney trip. I registered my stuff for a cruise. I found something suspicious when he came and asked for my credit card number. I was like, what is you doing? And that joker had the stuff filled out in the right places. And I was like, you just can't. Kids are so smart. Technology, they are so young, but we cannot let them hold on or get a hold to our financial and banking information at no time.
Lord. Yes, Lord.
They gave it out. Playing video games.
Because parents today use so much technology to entertain their children. Like, you know, growing up, we watched it on TV, Sesame Street and stuff like that. But now they got kids, tablets and all this stuff. So these kids know. And I'm like, how in the world I think my grandson was like 9 months old. He's swiping. You know, he know to sit the phone down and he prop it up so he can be in video. I'm like, what? What?
He's already swiping.
Yeah, he's swiping it. Propping the phone up so he could, you know, be hands-free. I'm like, my God.
Oh, goodness. They see everything. They know everything. You know, that reminds me of my great nephew. When he was a little baby, he ain't even talking. Talking about, whoa-ho. What the hell is whoa-ho? Maybe that's what it sound like to him. Hello. He went, whoa-ho. What the phone to is it? They see, they mark, they copy. Your now, buddy, your grandbaby doing this swipe left, swipe left. Oh, that's propping the phone up because the kids see, they know. That's the age right there when they so young. They're like sponges, and we need to teach them right from wrong. We need to really teach them because we don't want our children learning stuff in the school curriculum nowadays. You don't want nobody else to teach your child. So we want to be able to teach them. And we know that they have the capability and the capacity to understand.
Yes, Lord.
Very young age. Woo! Bernice, that tickled me with that story you just told.
Yeah.
9-month-old baby. Cypher.
Yep, you know what to do. So, Tall Tale Thursday. Wow. There's a lot of stories. Just like you said, Reese, you said that story sound fishy. A lot of stories, you don't know whether to believe them or not. I read a story about a burglar who broke in somebody's house, and the only thing he did was sit in the tub, and he was fully clothed.
Okay, mental health. Mental health.
Girl.
Could you imagine you come home from a hard day of work or being out wherever you are, and somebody sitting in your tub fully clothed?
The lady came home on a Friday night. She said she saw her window smashed. She said she walked in the house and the man just in her tub, fully clothed. That's all he doing. He ain't take nothing else.
Was he on drugs? Was he high?
It don't say all that. It just, yep. Girl, some of these stories, you just be amazed at what's going on. Another story was that a 29-year-old posed as a teen to enroll in a high school.
Yeah, I know those are them tall tale stories. Believe it or not, and that's
Yeah,
that kind of crazy stuff. Look at that coach just posed as a 13-year-old. She's 22, a coach to play on
yeah,
the
she got
basketball
fired.
team.
Yep, she got fired too.
The kid coach, everybody knew that lady was a grown lady. Um, I don't know if she should have gotten fired per se. I believe that's pretty harsh, but I do think that something should have happened. But you get fired because you playing with the kids. I don't think that's a little too much for me.
I don't know, but she knew she was wrong trying to help her team win. You the coach, you can't do that kind of stuff.
That's cheating. Look, she do like everybody else do. Hire a adult ringer that don't nobody know. Say it's a kid. But you said 29-year-old man. Go ahead. Poses as
No, it was a woman. She was 29 years old and she enrolled herself in school. She was posing as a teen. I don't know what her intentions were. Maybe she wanted to get with a young boy.
School. No, maybe she wanted her high school diploma.
Girl, they got classes for adults. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. That's BS.
Where is she from?
It was in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It says a 29-year-old woman used false documents to enroll as a New Jersey high school student and attended some classes over a 4-day period before her scheme was discovered last week, authorities said.
Now, how the scheme was discovered, I wonder, or was she trying to do an undercover story? You remember that movie with Drew Barrymore, where she was a reporter and they was trying to break up some drug scheme or something, and they had to go back to school. People doing too much 21 damn Jump Street. That's what they remember. I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna break up. Maybe she's trying to break up the meth to find out who got the meth or how the kids getting stuff, But they need to use a younger looking adult. Then she almost 30 and she posing as a 16-year teenager. And where she get the falsified documents from? So
DJ Slicky Woo Boo said my cuz fell through a roof, landed in this woman's tub, and she beat his ass.
Oh dang! That's terrible because you.
It's just so many strange things going on in this world. Like a little girl, I think she asked the mayor's office to grant her with a license to keep a unicorn, and they gave it to her.
A unicorn?
Yeah.
Where'd she get the unicorn from? I mean,
I don't know. Do unicorn even exist? I've never seen a unicorn.
Oh wow!
I'm almost 50. Never heard of unicorns, but never seen one. I don't know. I think they just. I don't know. They said if people can be cats, she can have a uniform.
A unicorn.
Unicorn. Yeah. If people can be cats, why not?
Oh wow. Well, I tell you.
Yeah.
Hey, William Ennis. I see him. He said good morning. Good morning. I don't know if we see him if he on the show or not, but because I had to go through instant messages, sending out to different people, and I see people saying good morning, but they sending it back through messaging. I don't know, and I'm gonna get off when I finish with the show. Get back on like I did the other day with Facebook. This is ridiculous. Stop telling me to upload my page again. I go out, go back in. I tell you, this is that metaverse stuff. I tell you, Bernice. But this is our Tall Tale Thursday. We got any more news story, Bernice, before we go to the Tall Tales?
This was a funny story to me. This girl asked police to test a cookie for DNA proof of Santa. In Cumberland, Rhode Island, a young Rhode Island girl has finally figured out how to determine if Santa Claus is real. The Cumberland resident sent a partially eaten cookie as well as a couple of gnawed-on carrot sticks to the town's police department to ask if they could be tested for DNA.
How she said it to the police?
She said, I'm tired of my parents lying to me. I'm going to figure this out for myself.
Cookie. Look, how, like Slicky said, you want a cookie? That little girl said, I want the cookie that Santa allegedly ate. Allegedly. But Molly be telling us that all the time about everything. He said, when the kids get old enough to figure it out, what you going to keep? I lied to him. He told her about generations. I heard him talk about that on the Tom Mo show. Talking about the generations. Why the generations so bad? Like they gonna figure it out. They gonna figure it out that they've been lied to about a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, Molly say that little white girl super smart. She ain't playing no game. She like, I'm gonna figure this out.
Now, how y'all know it was little white girl?
More than likely it was. I'm just saying. It could have been a black child, but
like something of a little black girl to do, like Santa, and knowing about DNA. Mm-hmm. I just found out you my daddy. So,
Molly said he seen it. It was a white girl, so he said he seen it.
Oh, okay. Because we just can't assume that they smarter than us.
What's Slicky talking about? He said a bench Reese crumbs feed who?
He keeps saying that I'm crazy and that he's going to give me a loaf of bread to feed the pigeons so I can sit on the bench and just feed the pigeons. He said he's going to stop by the crazy house and say, this is for my sister, give her this bread so I can feed the pigeons. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He need mental health too. My brother, the untouchable one, Mr. DJ Slicky Woo Boo, somebody touched that noggin of his because he mental.
I think everybody could benefit from therapy. And that's not pointing out anybody's flaws or anything. I just think it's a healthy thing to do. So you have somebody, they don't know me. Once I leave this office, they can say what they want. You don't know me. I get to get stuff off my chest, not carry it around and allow things to build up and break me. So therapy can be healthy for for everybody. And that don't necessarily mean you need medication.
Yeah. You won't break my soul.
Say he love you, Reese.
I love him too. You won't break my soul. I need everybody.
What you got going on, Reese? You said it's Tall Tale Thursday. What's going on?
Tall Tale Thursday. Molly, set the video up for him. Tell me if y'all believe this or not. It's funny.
How do you do it? I look on Twitter, there you are. Facebook, there you are. Television, there you are. How do you do it?
I have a clone.
I was going to say that. There's two of you.
Cat's out the bag. Okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you.
All right.
I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned. I'm clean. I'm cloned.
What happened? Did it stop? Oh, the stream, y'all. So basically, okay, I got y'all up. Basically, it's cloned. Do you believe in being cloned? Some people believe in that. There's a list of animals that's coming up on the screen. After that, I think this is the one to give you the list of animals. So many animals that they have actually cloned, and they're claiming human is not one of them. But I don't believe that.
Lies. They're cloning everything.
Yeah, they're genetically modifying a whole lot of stuff, and it's more than just food. It's more than just animals. I believe that they're doing that with humans as well. And Kevin Hart laughing, ha ha ha, we laughing. Is it? I mean, how? Everything is, the truth is found in a joke or in a lie, or I'm just joshing, I'm just kidding. Are you really?
Yeah, but the truth is you'll never really know, because they have so much stuff out here that they're trying to hide and keep keep under wraps or whatever the case may be. And because he's a comedian, they figure people are going to take that accordingly. Oh, he joking. He a comedian. You know, Kevin Hart, he just trying to be funny.
He right. He
but is there
trying to be
truth in
funny.
it? Like you said, there's truth in a joke. Because people often say, watch how your friends joke with you. It's some truth in it.
Yeah, amen. Sometimes it depends on what they're joking about.
Yeah, it depends on what they're joking about. There could be some truth in there. Yeah.
Yeah. But you gotta watch, you know, all people. You know, and I believe that they can do they're capable of doing just about anything. And I believe they found the genetic code. That's why they're so worried about hell-bent on the genetics and the genes and all of that. Even when it came to this virus, the recombination of genes, the recombinant that's in the vaccine. There's a recombinant factor that they're recombining to attack your gene molecule, so your gene will be able to fight off the virus. You know, that's what that word recombinant means. They recombine something to your genes for the future, I guess, generation. So which meaning if I'm a pan and I got a dent in it, right? Every loaf of bread that I make, a bread pan, I got a dent in it. Every loaf of bread that I make after that is going to have that dent in it. Because I'm the base, and it's going to have that whatever genetic flaw or tick or whatever they're trying to fix genetically in it. So as we reproduce, and if we got this whatever in our body or in our DNA or gene reconstructing it and reproduce, we're going to be reproducing with that still that attached imperfect or that whatever that's attached to that gene or that new gene. And I believe that's how they're getting to the future generations. That's how they're going to get to the next generation, to the next level of what we put in our system, and then go out, have babies, and our babies going to have the same markers. You know, is what I'm saying. If that makes any sense to anybody, if anybody's following, you know what I'm saying. And when they're having us give our DNA, what are they doing exactly with the rest of that DNA, that sample that they collect? For instance, when we go give blood, it only needs a drop of blood, but you notice how much blood they take, and they claim, this is what they claim as they shake it up and put it in the centrifuge and all that stuff. They claim that because it coagulates fast, or they need more of it. If that, you know, they do so many tests. Yeah, I don't know about that too much, because I only need a little bit of blood for a little bit of blood test. You gotta keep getting all those vials or tubes because you're running different tests. What else are you doing? And when they're taking the placenta and the afterbirth from women, they tell you they're using that for stem cell research. They're discarding it, but they're going to use it to help grow body parts. To help grow. If you can go body part, why can't you help grow a human? Huh? Think about it. And they was growing ears. I seen a video where they was growing ears on the back of lab rats with that stem cell research. STEM is great, you know, and they take discarded baby tissues and the female afterbirth and all that stuff, and they use it for that such research. So they have the genetic codes, they have the DNA makeup from a real live human. You know, they have that, and you think they ain't in there tampering and slicing and dicing? That's why a new species of animal are emerging. Just recently, a daggone sturgeon blew up on the shore, and the way this animal looked, I'm like, why do people even eat that fish that look like you got teeth and alligator scales and all? Sturgeons. And when I saw the story, I was like, I know ain't nobody eating that.
Yeah. Well, for me, you just never know what to expect in this world. I just don't. When I heard they was taking babies, putting them in incubators so moms wouldn't have to carry them, and I'm just like, wow, you know.
Now, there's a story that men that transgender men that transforming into women, that they want cycles, and I've read some stories, I've read some articles, and it's saying they're using a frozen tomato juice suppositories to simulate menstrual.
That's just dumb as hell.
Who,
I don't mean no harm.
This is allegedly. It is the story. This is Tall Tale Thursday. This is stuff that you can't believe, and I couldn't believe that. But
I believe it
on the nets.
But the thing is, it may simulate bleeding, but you will still not have the full experience. You won't have the bloating, the draining, the cravings, the pain. The pain. So shut up. You will never be, I'm sorry, you will never be a woman. I love you.
Who wants a period? Tell me what woman out there say, oh yes, period, yay, period. Period. No, we don't. I know, and I had endometriosis. That was hellish for me. Who wants to even simulate or emulate something that was so dreadfully painful and awful? That's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't know, but I'm glad mine gone. I thank God that it left early. I told my mom, I said, whatever happened to you, I want to make yours stop. I hope it happens to me, and thanks be to the Lord. Well, I hate periods.
Come to find out, a lot of us ladies are female reproductive because of the stuff we put in our head, the perms and stuff was causing a lot of our problems, and uterine cancer and endometriosis and all that. I didn't know that. I need to sign up because I had to get mine taken out because of that reason. Then I need to be part of that class action lawsuit. Because we had perms, we was getting perms. I need to be part of that class action lawsuit.
I don't know, because I've been natural for years. If I want to change my hair, I just go buy some.
I mean, this is over the years. Back then, when I used to go to a hairdresser every 2 weeks. We used to get our relaxer because we didn't know no better. Didn't know that it was the cause of my cramps. Didn't know that it could have been the cause of the lining growing outside of the uterus, attaching this stuff to its other organs. Didn't know that it was the cause where they wanted to give your blood transfusion. Didn't know. Just thought that it was just something that Black women went through, fibroids, the pain, the hurt. Didn't know that it was that daggone chemicals that we was putting on the top of our skull that caused.
So how do the women who've been natural all their life explain the same things that we're experiencing if it was because of perms?
I don't know, because a lot of people that's natural don't. I haven't run into a natural all day life person who experienced the menstrual like I had. That I didn't bleed for like 10 or more days at a time. Them girls bleed like for 1 to 3 days, and they didn't hurt. They didn't happen. And I'm like. And they claim because they have a natural, clean diet. So that part, I don't know. They were saying that their diet is the reason why that they're so good and healthy, and nuts and berries and all that stuff. So until they do a comparison, they must have did something to come back, because they do have a class action lawsuit that's a direct correlation with relaxers. So you got to figure that out. Why? I girl, Bernice, I don't know. They get you one way. If it ain't in the food, it's going to be in the water. If it ain't in the water, it's going to be in the air. If it ain't going to be in the air, it's going to be in particles where you see it. They're going to contaminate and affect us some kind of way over here. I tell you. Good morning, Mr. Stallings. I see Mr. Stallings in the house. Slicky Woo Boo, Molly Mall, and they're talking. Can you see what they saying on the side?
Nope, I ain't see. I seen James said they're making medicine for basically everything. Do not be fooled.
Mm-hmm. Girl, to find out that the injections that it's called Eylea. It's a biological medication, meaning it's live organisms in there. I got to do my eye. If I show you guys my eye right now, it's still full of. It look like it's still full of blood. And when I went to the doctor, it still does not look good. It don't look well at all. It's kind of scary, and I just don't like it. And I'm waiting for it to surpass. I'm waiting for it to go away. And I feel dizzy, and I feel like I'm off balance. That's what I feel like. And I got this terrible pain on the right side of my head, which they was like, oh, it's from the anesthesia. I don't know. Y'all just pray for my strength and my healing. Pray that I get well soon and I can see better real soon. I've been battling with this for a minute. But that ain't no tall tale. That happened to be an unexplainable truth. I'm glad my glasses hide it well. I am, because if I take my glasses off, it looked like Molly done hit me in the eye. That's what it looked like.
Oh, don't be putting that on Molly.
I don't want y'all to think that Molly to pop me in the eye.
No, Slicky will be the one to pop you in your eye.
I ain't messing with Slicky. I'm gonna be the one to push him down the street. I ain't messing with it. So that'll be that. February 25th. We got 2 minutes before we out of here. But February 25th, y'all get your tickets to the comedy show that's gonna be down on Bar 210. As the flyers come out, I would definitely give you guys more information, the price, the cost, the time, and all that good stuff. But,
well, that'd be good. Hi, James. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Well, Lady B is signing up for a mental health class, so I don't know how this gonna affect the show, y'all, but I'll let y'all know.
Okay, when is it? When your class?
I won't know for sure. It's a process we have to go through. They're gonna do interviews and stuff, so I'll let you know as soon as I know the information.
Okay, well, congratulations. You need your health, so mental health as well. So
yeah, well, this is so I can help others. It's called a peer specialist.
Oh, that's what Louisa does. That's what she's graduating from school.
I took I already took a mental health first. I took the mental health first aid. Now I'm doing the peer specialist, trying to get some things off the ground for myself.
Now they getting ready to give everybody licenses to be peer specialists. They getting ready to have crazy look after crazy. Is that what that is?
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
They get ready to get everybody. Okay. Now, hey, anything to help, I'm down for it. Speaking of Louisa and the Blue Phoenix, the Tom Mo show is going to be on the No Filter show tonight. So when you watch the Tom Mo show at 1 p.m., the No Filter show going to be right behind it. Well, no, I take that back. No Filter show come on at 8:30 at night, I think. Molly would tell the people the rest of the world, but I just wanted to mention that because Molly Mall is the man with the million hats, $1 million moments.
The Tom Mo show comes on at 1 p.m., correct? So y'all chime in and show some love to Molly Mall and the Tom Mo show and Lady Janet. And until next time, we'll see you. We thank you for chiming in with RMB, and we'll see you next time.
Peace. Molly, where you at?